I actually just remembered as we started this, I've been having dreams about people that we know starting podcasts, and they all had really, I don't remember any of the names, but they all had really fucking good names. And I was like kind of annoyed. I don't remember any of the names, but there was like three, and I was like, why the fuck is everyone starting a podcast? And they all had really fucking good names.
Okay, so if you're listening to this and you know us personally, you're not allowed to start a podcast, and if you do, it has to have not a good name.
I was like, those are such good names.
Were we like envious? Like, are we like changing the name of our podcast?
No, they were like in line with ours, but they were equivalent.
So they were like low key, like kind of copying. We're being robbed.
No, it wasn't that. It was just like, I don't remember. Fuck it.
Okay.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to Hot and Bothered. I'm Chris Bruno.
I'm Cedar Champ, and on this podcast, we talk about everything that we find hot as fuck.
And everything that bothers the absolute shit out of us.
Chris and I just had a very in-depth conversation about referring to somebody as that lady. And okay, so what happened was Chris and I were having a conversation, and there's like this woman that we don't like for a reason that I will not provide. And he was texting me and he was talking shit about her, and he was like, that lady, and he's like saying all these things like she's fucking ugly, like blah blah blah, whatever. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, referring to somebody as that lady is literally a derogatory term, because like you don't call somebody that lady unless they're like big and ugly. Like
like imagine like a hot woman in any stage of life. Like, you're not calling them a lady.
You're not saying that lady. I think if you say she's a lady, like that's different. But if you say that lady, like you're not referring to her as that lady. You're saying that woman or whatever,
like
but
that
you're
girl
not.
Or
yeah.
like,
but you're not saying that lady. And if you call her that lady, it's because she's like
disgusting.
big and ugly. Like
she's
there's
like
no other way to put it.
Not the vibe.
It's literally a derogatory
It's
term.
like giving like Honda CRV. It's giving like coupons. It's giving
she shops at
jeggings.
Walmart.
It's giving I don't even know what kind of some geriatric shoe.
It's giving
like corporate as well.
2012 H&M corporate work blouses.
Yeah, like I take myself too seriously.
Yeah.
But I'm actually miserable.
And fat.
But we had that conversation where it's like, it's not necessarily giving fat all over. It's giving like hips and big arms.
It's giving big in any capacity.
It's giving large limbs.
You could be like large and in charge. You could just be like built big or whatever.
I told Cedar, I was like, it's giving big nose with like nice teeth, but like it's not what you want to look at.
No, like you don't want to be seeing that.
I'm a lady.
Chris is that lady.
That lady. I was like, that lady is gross.
That lady.
But everyone.
If somebody referred to me, can you imagine hearing like a group of teenagers refer to you as that lady? Like that would crush my soul.
That lady.
It does
kind of give librarian.
It's so giving librarian.
It also kind of gives like my type of woman.
No.
It gives like blowout with like a Tom Ford sunglasses and like a white button-up blouse.
That's a woman, not a lady.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a woman.
Yeah. And that's what you identify with.
As a woman.
Yeah.
Like walking down like South Beverly Drive.
Exactly. Like all the pictures of the women that you send me loading up their cars and like taking their kids to soccer practice.
No idea like what is in their bank account or how to access it.
Literally.
That's a woman.
And the biggest diamond ring you've ever fucking
seen.
And
like just sunglasses that are like overpowering anything that you could ever imagine.
She's got her Goyard tote with her.
We should bring back like Nicole Richie sunglasses.
Absolutely. I love that idea.
You kind of do that already.
You've never had a better idea. I do a little bit.
I've worn the same pair of sunglasses for the past 5 years.
I was just going to say that's because I'm not like sunglasses are not something I'm willing to like spend money on.
I'm the complete opposite. I could be in designer head to toe, which I'm never in. But if I'm wearing like gas station sunglasses that are like plastic that like squeak and like feel itchy on my head, like I will spend $2,000 on a pair of sunglasses. But like I cannot have like cheap sunglasses are like the most disgusting thing in the world to me.
No, I don't wear cheap sunglasses.
You just keep them for a long time.
keep them. And I'm also every pair of sunglasses that I currently own, have been purchased by somebody else and were actually have been purchased by men.
As we all know, I'm a creature of habit. I think I've bought the same pair of sunglasses 6 times.
I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah,
That's really good.
six
I love how
times.
committed you are.
Well, like I get like different variations, but it's always like the same pair,
Yeah.
the same brand, the same style, just like in a different
You know what
color.
fucked me up for a while was like the little mini sunglasses trend that like girls
Okay,
are
with like the
wearing.
dad shoes and like the dad sunglasses,
Yeah.
or is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Like the like looks like Oakley's, but it's like a Balenciaga.
And it like barely covers your fucking
Are you talking about like the
pupil.
little ones where you look like fucking Pirates of the Caribbean? Or are you talking about like the dad like sunglasses?
No, like the little ones, like the tiny little sunglasses that are like they cover like this much of your eye. They're like black. They're like fully
Like a
black.
blind mice?
Yeah, that's what all the girls have been wearing for like 3 years now.
Really?
Yeah, and they look so bad on me. Like I am a big sunglasses girl. Like
Yeah.
if I'm wearing sunglasses,
And
they
they
need to be
just
covering my
swallow up your
entire
little
face.
nose.
Yeah.
It's just like 2 holes.
Literally.
Finding the sun.
Literally.
I hate cheap sunglasses. I hate cheap sunglasses.
I actually just found a beautiful segue into my topic this week.
Are you hot or bothered? I feel like I have to ask that.
I'm hot. And as I mentioned, I own multiple pairs of sunglasses, but have not purchased any of them myself because in some way, shape, or form, somehow, some way.
I'm giving fupa. I'm giving lady. My body is serving lady. That lady.
Would you mind not interrupting
I
me
really
with something
actually intentionally
unrelated?
said that to interrupt you to kind of see what I would get out of it.
You want me to beat you to death with this fucking
Please.
microphone? You're like, I'm begging. Okay, thanks. I lost my train of thought. So let's
Aw.
talk about you some more and your fucking lady hips then.
You were talking about having men buy you sunglasses. Shut up. My lady hips, you fucking bitch.
You said it.
I know, and I do have lady hips. Everyone knows that I have lady hips. I have birthing hips. My body is like literally the shape of Nene Leak's body.
Please stop speaking.
Okay, I'll let you go because I need
Oh
to hit
my
my vape.
god. Oh my god. Okay. So now I'll just repeat the whole fucking spiel because I don't remember where I was at. But
You said
basically,
men buy you sunglasses.
I've been able to find a way to have men purchase sunglasses for me. And that was like an era I had a while ago. I had like a little seeking arrangements moment like a few years ago. And I actually did meet like a few people off seeking arrangements, and I've actually had relationships from seeking arrangements, but like that's in the past. Everyone knows I'm like so weird and fickle when it comes to like connecting with people, not only like emotionally, but also like sexually and whatever. And it all just feels like a little too forced and a little too superficial with like situations like seeking arrangements. So I haven't been dabbling in that for a while. But recently, I was having this conversation with my sister the other day, and I was talking about like there was this guy that I was entertaining for a little while, and I was like, if I could just be interested in him, like if I could just fuck him,
The money would be endless.
it would be flowing in. And I was like, why can't I just fucking do it? And I was like, I'm too deep of a person. Like, and I literally said to my sister, I was like, I wish that I wasn't so deep. Like, I wish that everything wasn't so fucking serious with me. And she was like, I know, but like, it's better that we're this way, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, why though? Like,
What
literally,
is the benefit?
what is the benefit?
Like
Because, like,
me, like driving myself to psychosis every night, falling asleep. But like
yeah.
I could just like not think about things and have men pay me.
Yeah. Like, where am I winning? Like, I've been trying to, like, stay true to myself, stay true to my emotions, like, be honest with myself and other people, like, be a good person. And where has that gotten me?
Right here on this couch, bitch.
Yeah. And I can name about 10 other fucking places I'd rather be. Just kidding. Not really, though. Anyway, so I just decided I am going to take a moment and allow myself to regress in my emotional and mental development. And I'm just going to be a piece of shit for a while and like
Be a
see what
transactional
happens.
hoe.
Maybe. Like, I'm not going to force anything,
Yeah.
but if it happens, it happens. I'm certainly obviously not going to go out and like prostitute myself, but if something happens, if something comes my way, whatever. So anyway,
You're open to opportunity.
I've been like weighing the pros and cons in my head for a few weeks, and I'm like, you know what do I fucking care? So I finally recreated my Seeking Arrangements account. Cedar is on Seeking Arrangements. Look me up. My username is, I don't remember, but something dumb about having red hair. And I'm like, you know what? If there's like someone that's not bad to look at and they want to give me like a $12,000 weekly allowance, then like, who am I to say no? So anyway, I'm making an
I need
intentional
that.
effort this week to
Hit the essay hard.
be less of a developed human being and just be a piece of shit for a while.
I adore that.
I kind of do too.
And I think that if you're not putting effort into something like that, then good things will come out of it. Like if you're not overthinking it,
Yeah.
or if you're not like taking it too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's like if you put that energy into it / no energy into it, then the world will just work in your favor.
That's what I'm really hoping for, because like I need a miracle at this point.
And I need a miracle by proxy.
Absolutely.
I need to reap some of those benefits.
Next time this year, girls, Chris and I are going to be on my sugar daddy's yacht in Miami.
I have been okay, I'm not going to change the subject that quickly.
I think you could. I don't know if I have much else to say on the topic.
Well, actually mine kind of segues into being on a yacht in Miami next year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is something that I've been like seeing all over TikTok because I guess my algorithm is I'm hot this week. Thank you for asking. Because I'm like,
wait, we're having a week where we're both hot.
Slay.
That's hot. I'm so proud of
Cheers.
us.
I love that.
This is like such a rare occurrence.
I know.
Okay, yachts
Both
in
for
Miami.
the stupidest fucking reasons.
No, literally so dumb.
I know I said a couple episodes ago that I'm like not spiritual / religious, but like I low key am like the queen of manifestation and
Obsessed.
like, well, I used to like be big into manifestation and then I was just like, okay, well, my life is perfect and I have everything that I want, so I don't need to manifest anymore. But now I've kind of been low key taking on manifestation in like a not material way, which sounds like really superficial, but
That it actually sounds the opposite of superficial.
well, like even when I did manifest before, it wasn't necessarily just material things. It was just about like how I'm going to achieve the things that I want.
So you can in turn obtain material
Yeah,
things.
like how I'm going to make money basically.
Yeah.
And I've always had great results with that. And I feel like I've kind of been like not in a headspace where I can like put energy into that because I've just been like fat and lazy and just like an alcoholic for the past year. But I feel like as I'm settling down and regaining traction in my life,
Imagine.
I know. I've just been like they're just like appearing in front of me like all these aka fucking TikTok. And I'm like I can't get rid of like all of these things, so it's just like kind of like on my mind more often than it used to be. Whatever. Okay, so I'm so fucking fat and long-winded today. I'm like out of breath from eating these candies. But there's like the Chinese like astrology, like literally it's called feng shui. I thought feng shui was like where you put your fucking couch and like a mirror in a house, but it literally means like earth and wind or like wind and fire.
Okay, that's cute.
Right?
Should we start using that more often?
I literally thought it meant like furniture in Chinese, but it literally means like earth and wind or something.
That's cute.
Or like,
I thought it just meant like vibes. No, because if you say like the feng shui in here is really good or weird or whatever, like you're essentially
it's like energy.
like,
yeah. But I think it means like maybe it's like energy and wind. Again, don't quote me on anything. I should have done a little bit more research on this topic before I start blabbering about it, but I literally don't care
to talk about things that we
don't
have no
fucking know
qualifications to talk about.
Anyway, so there's like 180 years in like this Chinese astrology thing, and we literally are exiting again, don't know what the fuck it is. We're exiting one and we're entering a new one in 2024, and it's like about is Aries a fire sign? Or
Yes, yeah.
okay, so we're entering like or is it Aquarius? Aquarius is water.
Aquarius isn't water, actually.
Really? Is that
I think
fire?
Aquarius is air.
Whatever. So it's one of the A ones. Again, full retard giving you an explanation on something he knows nothing about.
Okay.
So we're entering a new one, and it's like revolved around fire. So like for the next 20 years, I mean, this is kind of all bullshit. Like it's like shit that we already know, but it's like the previous.
Wait, so like one of these like years or whatever is 20 years long?
Yeah, like the periods are 20 years long.
Okay.
And I'm like so retarded that like someone's gonna like watch these clips and be like, this kid needs to get shot.
No, people are going to stop listening to us because of this. Like this explanation you're giving is like not satisfactory.
Anyway, we're entering a new era, and it's all about technology and women.
Okay, so AI.
Yeah, that's what they said. And like 5G and
Invest
like
your dollars, girls.
and do it now before people know about it, bitch.
Because they're going to know about it by listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
And Chris's in-depth explanation of Chinese astrology.
I don't know. But basically it's just like a new era, and they're like the world energy is gonna shift and blah 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 blah, and it's just
Thank God.
I
Get me
know,
out of
and
whatever bullshit
and they
we're
were
in
like
right now.
the period 8 was all about like men and politics and money and building wealth, and I'm like, okay, what's wrong with
sounds
that?
about right though.
I'm like, I'm like, my life all about men and politics and building wealth.
Literally
like,
us.
okay, so what does that
This
mean
podcast.
for me? Yes, literally. I'm like, okay, what does that mean for me?
So basically, we probably should cancel the podcast when we enter this new
But
Chinese
it's all about
era.
women and creativity. So we're two girls and we're creative.
That is so true.
It's all about like positivity and creativity, which
I need this to be a real thing.
I think
those are all
it
things I
is,
need in my life.
and there's some like hieroglyphics that prove it, but again, I don't fucking know. So if you want to look up more information on this topic, I would
go to www.
dot Chris doesn't know what he's talking about.com. But no, I just think that any excuse for us to have like a clean slate or like a fresh start or just like
something
new,
to look forward
exactly,
to.
or like new healthy energy. It just kind of like puts a little pep in my step. I'm so fucking gay. Like the most depressed gay man in the world talking about something. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You like literally are relying on these TikToks for
Yeah.
a pep in your step because you're so fucking sad and
No,
miserable.
but
That's me.
I'm like so dumb that I was looking it up and I was like, this is what. Why the fuck are these people talking about feng shui? Like, why are these people talking about feng shui? But feng shui is like, I don't even know. It's like a whole like, is it a religion? Like, it's a whole like.
Okay, so we need somebody to weigh in on this that has actual answers.
I don't have answers.
We need to have a
As you
feng
know.
shui guest on the podcast to give us more information on this topic.
Let me check my phone to see who I have under feng shui.
Okay, wait. I want to address something
Please.
kind of on the topic.
Get me off this topic because I'm fucking crashing and burning.
You want to be out of the hot seat. Neither of us are really
But I'm like,
performing.
I've given you enough information where you can do your own fucking research.
So true. So true. We're actually not here to provide facts. We're just here to provide very uneducated opinions. Anyway.
And that's what we just did.
So I was having a conversation with someone a while ago about like astrology and stuff like that. And I feel like what a lot of us are dealing with these days is we have these astrology people on TikTok, or we have tarot readers, or we have the intuitive guides or intuitive readers that all come up on your For You page. And they're like telling you all of this crazy shit. Like, I see money coming in for you.
That's
and
bullshit.
blah, 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 blah. And like, people get so bent out of shape about it and like annoyed and upset about it. And they're like, oh, like these fucking losers, blah, blah, blah. People get so fucking upset. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, 1000%. The majority of that shit is literal bullshit. And it's literally just content creators looking for a way to
get likes.
Literally. But at the same time, at least on my For You page, like when that shit comes up, it's usually all really positive.
For
and
sure.
It's very like motivational. And like it can be like I think, really useful to just help provide a bit more of a positive perspective. And so when people like get like so like,
Worked up about it.
oh, this is fucking bullshit, blah 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 blah, like they get so like bent out of shape about it. I'm
I mean,
just
I
like,
think
can
they're really
you?
fucking corny, but I'm like, I fall into the
So
trap, and
corny.
like I'm like, they make you think about it, but I don't think that you should take it that seriously.
Definitely don't take it seriously, but I think that
Like watching that
it's
TikTok's not
not,
gonna make you
it
$1
doesn't
million.
hurt anything to have like a little bit more of some positive words mixed into your day, you
For
know?
sure. And like some dumb bitch on TikTok saying, yeah, positive things that can make you think about. I delete this. Delete that.
The
I'm, like,
only
retarded.
ones that I can't get behind are the love tarot readings.
Okay,
It's like, hold on. I like don't watch them, but the other day I started to watch this one that came up and it starts
wait,
talking
I'm
about like,
confused. I'm supposed to ask you questions when I'm confused, so don't fucking roll your eyes. You like logged on to something to like get your tarot cards read?
no, it was a TikTok.
So that's supposed to apply to the 2 million people that are watching it?
Exactly. Don't you see those on your TikTok?
No. But now I probably will.
TikTok tarot readings. Anyway, so this TikTok tarot reading came up and I like always scroll past the ones if they start off as like a love reading or whatever because I'm like, don't fill my head with nonsense. Like I'm way too fragile for that. And so this one comes up and at first they were just talking about like it seems like it was going to go a different direction, like maybe career or something like that. And I was just like, okay, what's going on here? So I got sucked in and I'm like literally 30 seconds into this TikTok, which is far for a TikTok. And then all of a sudden, out of the fucking blue, she pulls up some bullshit about like this love interest is coming in or like this romantic partner in some capacity. They're like, I'm sensing that someone really regrets how they treated you. And I'm like, absolutely the fuck not. Like, get that shit so fucking far away from me. The last thing I need is some fucking delusional bitch making me even more delusional. Like, stay out of my phone if you want to address me
Like
with
the
like
devil.
literally. Because it's always this bullshit about your twin flame misses you, but he's too scared to reach out. And then, of course, me, I'm like, oh my God, my ex boyfriend. And it's like, that is like not good for anyone. Stay off of my
And
phone with
it's
that.
false.
And it's so false. Just
Like,
like keep that away from me. No one needs to be seeing that. If you're a tarot reader or any sort of those types of readers and you do love readings, absolutely go fuck yourself.
I should have prefaced this entire situation with I know absolutely nothing about zodiac signs and astrology.
That was pretty clear when you didn't know the difference between Aries and Aquarius.
Well, I thought Aquarius was water because aqua,
Yeah.
but
They're like
the
backwards, I
like
think.
I believe in ghosts and all that stupid shit, and like I guess astrology because I live in LA. I'm supposed to fucking believe in astrology.
You have to. It's a requirement to live here.
Exactly. But I've never understood tarot cards. I'm like, so you just pull a card and you know what to say because you have studied it. And like if it's a woman with like her head chopped off or whatever the fuck in a guillotine, whatever the fuck is on those stupid cards, it's just going to be the same thing for everyone. So it's supposed to be like, okay, because you pulled this random card that you already know what to say about the card means it applies to me. That's a scam.
For sure.
That's a scam.
For sure. But it's another one of those things where it's like, I think people do it just to like gain some inspiration or motivation, or they just like want to feel hopeful in some capacity, or they're just looking for another
Logically, that just
avenue.
doesn't make sense to me, though.
No, it's not. It's not meant to be logical, I don't think.
Okay.
Like, I don't think it's supposed to like make sense. It's like Christianity, like believing in God. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense, but people do it because it makes them feel good.
I know, but like they're pulling a card out of a deck of cards.
Okay.
The Bible was written by Jesus Christ. Who wrote the Bible?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Didn't you go to like Catholic school or something?
I don't think so.
I did. Actually, I was confirmed. I went all the way to like into the confirmation process. I begged
So
my
you
dad
have
to
to
not make me get
you have to get
confirmed.
married in a Catholic church.
I hope to not get married, but if I do, I certainly won't be in a Catholic church. I'll burst into flames if I step foot in a fucking Catholic church. Are you kidding?
Were you Christian or Catholic?
Catholic.
Me too. Slay.
Look at us.
Slay. I love being Catholic.
Go
So
Catholic
much guilt.
girls. No, I like went to Catholic school and everything.
That is so fun.
It's so unlike
Are your
me.
parents like religious?
Yeah, they were, and then everyone found out that priests were like raping children, and so they're not anymore.
Interesting. That's very progressive of them.
So progressive, right? Like
Yeah.
it's shocking actually.
That's weird.
My mom stopped going to the Catholic Church a long time ago. She's like Christian now, but my dad went to the Catholic Church up until like all of that shit came out, and then he stopped going to church, which is so weird.
Yeah.
My dad called me. This has nothing to do with anything,
I
and
was
we're
like,
so
I
off
was
topic.
just thinking about that, and I was like, can we talk about that? I wanted to say it.
Okay, like
That's where my mind. That's where I was like drifting off because I was thinking about that.
I'm gonna need to say this just to address this. I know that we're all over the place and we never stay on one topic
Shut
for very
up.
long,
Fuck
but like
off.
honestly, I don't care. So my dad hates me because I think that women should have the right to abortions. And he's literally like
Losing his mind over
he's
it.
losing his fucking mind over it. And we had a fight about it about a year and a half ago when Roe v. Wade was overturned. And like he called me and he's like, someone told me you were posting something on Facebook about blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, you've literally raised 3 daughters. You've been married 3 times. And you mean to tell me that if I was fucking raped and like got pregnant, I need to give birth to that child? Like, go fuck yourself. And so we had this huge falling out about it. We like didn't talk for months. Like he was threatening to take me out of his will and whatever. And I'm like, dude, if that's what you need to do to make yourself feel better, like go off, babe.
Yeah.
Like do what you have to do. I'm not losing sleep over it, but if like
That probably drives him crazier than he already is.
that I like don't care.
Yeah.
And I've literally said to him, I'm like, the thing is, Dad, is that like you have your own perspective. And although I don't agree with it, it doesn't change the way that I feel about you. And like I still love you and you're my dad. But it's really disgusting that my perspective being different from yours has so much influence on your ability to love me. Like
Mhm.
that's weird, but okay.
When it's
So
again something that shouldn't/doesn't affect him.
it has nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
He's in his 60s. He's married. He's had a vasectomy. He's not having any more kids anytime soon. And he's a man. So, like, where is this your problem? It's not. So, anyway, a little fun detour about abortion, if anyone wanted to get into that. So, basically, my dad
Always.
forgot about it. He forgot that this was ever an issue. And we've been just cruising for like the past year, right? Things have been fine between us. And then just before Thanksgiving, like a few weeks before, he started acting really fucking weird to me. And I was just like, I don't know what his fucking deal is, but like, whatever. But he's fine with my sisters. And ever since finding out that I'm pro-choice, my sisters on their own have expressed to him that they feel the same way. And he's like disappointed in them for that. But for some reason, I get the brunt of the hate on the situation. So he's been acting really fucking weird to me for like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, but completely normal toward my sisters. And as everybody knows, I think I've said this already, in Thanksgiving Sluts or whatever the episode was called. My dad wasn't there for our family Thanksgiving because he literally had to go to a fundraiser at Mar-a-Lago, and he showed up like the last day we were there essentially. So we spent like a day with him.
Was that kind of
And-
like back to being Catholic, a blessing in disguise that he wasn't there?
I don't know. So I confronted him and I was just
Wait,
like,
why don't you know?
I don't know, maybe with more time together, we would have had more time to like battle it out, and then maybe
Come to some kind of agreement or conclusion
or just
on
like
it?
just spend more time together so things feel a bit more normal between us
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
having this like weird distance.
Yeah.
So the last day I was there and was hanging out with my dad, I confronted him about it, and I was just like, hey, dude, you've been acting weird as fuck. What is your fucking deal? And he was like, I'm still just really upset about the fact that like you are pro-choice, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, where the fuck is this coming from? I literally said to him, I was like, because we haven't had a conversation about abortion. I haven't posted anything on my social medias that he would have heard about or anything along those lines. Like, this is literally fully coming out of the fucking blue. So I'm like, where's this coming from? I literally said to him, I was like, I thought we moved on from this a long time ago. And he was like, well, I never did. And I was like, okay, drama. Like, geez.
Well, it seemed like you did when you forgot about it for a fucking year.
Yeah. And then, like, all of a sudden, he's just like, he has nothing else to stress about in his life right now. So he's just looking for something. So basically, he's been treating me like absolute shit for like the past few weeks because he remembered that I have a slightly differing political view than he does on a topic that
May
has
I add the
nothing to
same as
do
your
with
other
him.
two sisters?
The exact same opinion as my sisters have, and he's fine with them. He has been fully normal and fine with them. So anyway, he kicked me off his car insurance. I'm like fully unemployed. He's making me go get my own license plates, registration, car insurance, the whole nine. I'm like, sick. Thanks, Dad. You know that I don't have a job. That's really
You're
cool of
like
you to do.
torturing me.
He's using money as leverage to try and sway me into having the same beliefs as his, which is weird. Like, so weird. So then he called me like 2 days ago. We have a fine, normal conversation. And I'm like, literally at the end of the call, I'm like so relieved and anxious to hang up because I'm like, let's just leave it here. Like, let's just have a normal conversation. Let's let it be. And then he goes, so, you know what I was thinking? The reason I believe what I believe when it comes to politics is because I'm just surrounded by a different opinion. And I suppose you living out in LA, like you're probably surrounded by like a lot of liberals and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, so that's probably where you get a lot of your beliefs from. And he's like, how would you feel if I gave you any articles or speeches that I find that I think are valuable and send them to you, and I'll pay you $30 an hour to read them and then summarize them and then send me the summaries? And I'm like, part of me wants to be mad and disgusted that he's literally using money as leverage. Like, he is being abusive with money because he knows that I like need the money. And he said that. He was like, well, you need the money. Like, you don't have a job right now. How would you feel? And I was like, okay. So part of me wants to be annoyed about that. But then also the other part of me is like, if that's what helps him sleep at night and I'm making $30 an hour,
And you can write a summary, but like with like an analysis on why you don't agree with it.
I could do that. Or you know what I also can do?
Huh? Just AI it.
Knock, knock, knock. ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Hey, girl. Like, who the fuck?
Summarize this article, copy and paste, $30.
That is like actually so insane for a parent to like
Yeah.
imagine and like he's acting like a fucking tyrant and like wants to hate me because I have a different belief than him, but like isn't that the conservative agenda? It's like their priority is freedom, right? And like with freedom comes the freedom to have your own beliefs. And then
Oh
here
my
he
God,
is
that's
like,
deep.
but
Did you
it's
tell
like
him that?
no, but you want to know what my sister said in a text message earlier today? That was actually really good.
Yeah.
Kind of where that came from, but we've had this conversation like multiple times in this family. She said, funny how he's so grounded in the beliefs of living in a quote free nation, yet acts like a fucking fascist dictator. Hi, Dad. I hope you're listening this week.
Is he going to find out about this?
I mean, it's my story to tell. What's he going to do? He's probably going to call Donald Trump and have our podcast banned from the internet.
That would be so iconic.
Can you
he
imagine?
please?
Can you imagine?
What went on at Mar-a-Lago? Don't you have to pay like 500 grand to get into one of those fundraisers?
I have no idea what they did, and I don't care. I didn't ask very many questions because
Was
I'm
he with
just
Her
like,
Royal Highness?
mm-hmm.
That's so good.
So anyway, you guys have heard all of the backstory with my family, and that's just like a nice little recent family drama update in case anyone was wondering. I love my life. I love my family. I'm so blessed and honored. You know what? It is kind of like a problem of privilege where it's like the reason I'm able to be unemployed right now is because of the way that my dad has helped me in the past. But then it comes with this burden of
Mm-hmm.
being vulnerable to be like financially abused
Mm-hmm.
now by my father.
It's kind of
It's giving rich kid
it's
problems.
giving that,
Yeah.
but that's like not how you are.
No, that's not
You're
how
like
I
a farm
am.
girl.
I am.
You're like a hillbilly.
I'm like a wholesome little
Yeah.
like
And like a
little
little
house on the
plaid
prairie
dress with like a
vibes.
little basket.
Exactly. Except like it's like not me at
Like
all.
milking goats.
Right.
That's more your vibe with the cigarette.
With a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Slay. I love that we addressed that and it had nothing to do with anything else that we ever talked
No, but that
about.
was that was kind of good. The people needed to hear that. We can always use an abortion topic.
We love an abortion topic.
I think that it's still relevant.
I think it's super relevant.
Yeah.
Um yeah, I just kind of feel like cuz it's weird to me that my dad is so like stuck on this, especially because like any conservative friends that I have now in this day and age, like I know plenty of even like middle-aged conservative men. Like obviously all the guys I date are like in their 40s and
I
they're
feel
like
like
slightly conservative,
yeah, but they're
but
conservative in a different way.
they're not.
They're like, do they not want girls to have abortions?
No, but that's what I was saying. Is like they could agree with the conservative agenda or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck you want to call it all the way through up until it gets to the topic of abortion. And then everybody's like, full stop, I don't agree with that. And it's so crazy to me because there's so many like people that identify as conservative that think that abortion is a serious topic and that like women should be able to have access to abortions. So anyway, I was having this conversation with a wealthy middle-aged friend of mine the other day, and he literally was like, Donald Trump could have been more successful if he would have let go of the pro-life perspective and if he would have just been pro-choice, cuz like he's obviously not pro-life. Like let's all take a moment and put our heads together and think about how many abortions has Donald Trump paid for?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The man's not pro-life,
Yeah.
no matter how bad you want to think he is. Um anyway, maybe I should call my dad and remind him that this episode is so all over the place and the noises on the street.
It's called having ADD or ADHD. I don't know the difference still.
Yeah, and we make a podcast for other people that have ADHD.
I feel like people are slowly coming out of the woodwork being like more conservative in LA because it's kind of like
I've been noticing
embarrassing
that
to
too.
be a Democrat at this point with
I
everything
think
that's
that
going on in the city.
I think that like the reality is that we're all embarrassed
It's
of all
so
of it.
extreme on both ends
It's like, can
that
we all just
we
relax?
need like a normal, whichever fucking side it falls on, we need someone that's just like chill.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a
Not a
fuck.
fucking lunatic, not 800 years old.
Literally not
Like,
AI himself.
literally.
Like,
No, I know.
we need a normal president, and we're gonna be running next year. Like, we need a normal president.
Hot and bothered 2024, vote for us. Imagine.
We should make America hot and bothered hats.
We should make so many things. We have so many merch ideas.
Wait, okay, this is like we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, no, I agree. Not to get too political or anything, but I kind of do think that we all can agree that, like, can we all just, like, take a second to relax? Everyone is so extreme.
I feel like it's was at such a high that now it's just kind of like everyone's so burnt out talking about it and worrying about it and caring about it
Yeah.
that like I haven't heard really anyone like my dad's like kind of like a Trumper too, but like not
Mhm.
really as much as your dad. Like he's not going to
Yeah.
Mar-a-Lago, but he's just
Yeah.
like a 65-year-old man who doesn't want to pay his taxes. He does pay his taxes.
but
and
he doesn't want
he will
to.
remind you every time he sees you. But like the
Wait,
past couple times I've been home, it hasn't been like Fox News blasting, and it hasn't been like him talking about things. I think that we're just so used to it, and just so like we've acclimated to all of this inflation that's constantly happening, that we're
mm-hmm.
just like, it's fucking life.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like,
Can we circle back to the topic of taxes quick, because that's another thing.
mhm.
I don't know if I've shared this yet, but recently, another thing that really fucking took a toll on me. I finally, very late, did my taxes for 2022, and I owed the government 10 fucking grand. And I'm like, slay, I'm so unemployed and I have to shell out 10 grand right now to pay the fucking government. That's awesome. And I'm like whining and like crying and bitching and moaning about it to like everybody that I talk to. Everyone's like, how are you? Like, what's new? And I'm like, I owe the government 10 grand. Um,
Kind
and
of a slay.
all of these fucking old fucks that I'm friends with and like date and
Oh, I had to
whatever,
give 250 million.
every single one of them, and they're like, oh, that's not bad. Like, I literally just had to pay off 100,000 or like whatever, like the craziest fucking shit. And then they're spitting the dumbest numbers at me. And I'm like, can you, first of all, like think
Can you just
before you
pay for
speak?
mine?
And can you also like,
Pay for mine.
and that's why all these men are fucking conservatives, is because they're all mad that they have to shell out like
Exactly.
$100,000 in
People don't
fucking
want to pay that. Why
taxes.
would you want to pay that for what?
For what?
For what?
For
To
the
have a dead
government to waste
president,
it?
to have potholes in your streets in LA, to have homeless people throw bags of shit at you. What are you paying 100 grand for?
I literally saw a homeless man jerking off on my walk to my car from the restaurant earlier
That's
today.
disgusting. I did see
Mm-hmm.
a TikTok about this lady who was like, when I spend money on something, say it's $20, I automatically in my head am like, this costs $40. And she's like, because you're paying tax on what you're buying, and you're paying taxes with the money that you have.
Yeah.
And I was like, I actually
It's
cannot. I
sickening.
was like, I will put that
And
as
then,
far back into my brain as humanly possible, because if I have that mindset, I will kill myself.
no, I know. It's really
I
disgusting to
will
think
kill
about. And then
myself.
in addition to that, that money that you just gave that company for whatever product you're buying, they're having to pay taxes on that money now too. Like, it is a never ending cycle of taxes. Anytime there is a transaction, anytime any money is being moved anywhere, taxed. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And for what?
I get so paranoid even when I
Your
like,
face.
no, because I get so, I don't know, like I'm still learning this, how to be an adult, and taxes and loopholes and shit
I know
like
nothing
that.
about it.
And like when I even like send myself like money from one account to the next account, I'm like, is this taxed? I'm like, am I gonna like have to pay taxes on money that I already am paying taxes on to like
No, I don't
get it to
understand.
somewhere where I can spend it?
I don't understand any of it. And that's why I'm like so grateful. I obviously, my dad and I like have assets that are like tied up together and stuff. And so like it just makes so much more sense for me to just use his accountant. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful blessing. Every year I just send him all my shit. I
Mm-hmm.
say, this is my W-2s. Thank you. Send me the papers to sign. I write him a check and it's done. And I don't have to fucking think about any of it, because I'm like, none of it makes any fucking sense. It's
Having an
too
accountant is actually
complicated.
the most amazing thing in the world.
It slays,
It's
honestly.
and it's like $150 for them to do it.
Yeah, mine cost me like fucking. It, I'm killing myself. My to have my taxes done for 2022 cost me like $600 because I had to file in 5 different states. Five.
Minnesota, Arizona, California, New York.
New Jersey. Disgusting.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
My life is such a shit show, dude.
Why why are you a hooker in different states like that?
I worked in New York. I lived in New Jersey. I worked and lived in California. I sold a piece of property in Arizona. Like,
Yeah.
literally, like, just so all over the place.
That's insane.
I know. So, anyway, don't pay your taxes, girls. We're not paying taxes on Hot and Bothered.
We are. We already did.
We did, yeah, and it
The
hurt.
damage has been
That
done.
shit hurt. I can't think about it.
I can't think about it either, but it's fine. You have to be rich to pay taxes, so it's fine.
You have to pay taxes to be rich.
Like only rich people pay taxes.
Let's commit tax fraud.
Nope. I'm not doing that. I'm not. How do you even commit tax fraud? Not paying? Not paying is not tax fraud.
That's another thing.
You just jumped out of
No,
your
I
soul.
can't believe I forgot
Your
to
soul
say
jumped
this.
out of you.
I cannot believe I forgot to say this.
What?
That is another thing that these crazy old fucks, when I'm like crying about my 10 grand in taxes, all these like
They're like,
rich
just don't
old
pay it.
fucks, multiple of them just said, oh, just don't pay it. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm too pretty to go to jail.
But like, what would happen?
Probably with 10 grand, not a lot. Like they're not
Like
going
they
to.
would just send you a couple bills in the mail, and then you would have to worry about it next year,
Probably, yeah.
and there'd be like a little fee on top
There's
of it.
probably like a big fee, but yeah. But I'm just like, what kind of advice is that to give to somebody? Just don't pay your taxes. It's kind of cool. I like it.
Should we try it next year?
Yeah, let's not pay taxes.
I'm scared.
Let's not pay our taxes. I like that.
I don't. That makes me like so anxious thinking about it.
Me too. Actually, I'm really paranoid about
That's like
that.
the one thing that my parents like care about. It's like paying taxes and having nice teeth. So I have to continue the lineage.
Okay, so I'm getting veneers and we're both paying our taxes.
Me too.
Okay, anyway, I'm done talking about things.
Oh my god, I cannot believe we've been talking about this for an hour.
Politics, literally. This has been a political
We know
discussion.
nothing, you guys. We know nothing. And if you've made it this far, I commend you.
Don't pay your taxes this week. Everybody go commit tax
Pay your
fraud.
taxes. Go to church.
Be a Catholic.
Make a seeking arrangements. Go to church.
Let's all convert to Catholicism.
Figure out what I was talking about. If you can dissect what I was trying to say and you can learn about. Tell me what feng shui means.
Yeah.
Like, comment below. Let us know what feng shui means. And what did I talk about? Oh, yeah. Period 9 about like being a woman. Don't be a lady, be a woman.
Don't be a lady. Do not be that lady.
Do not be that lady.
Okay, so can we do this again and simplify it a little bit? Don't pay your taxes this week. Everybody go commit tax fraud. Convert to Catholicism. Don't be that lady.
Do not be that motherfucking lady.
Be that woman.
Talk about feng shui. Do something. Try and
Google. Use your
Google
fingertips.
use some like buzzwords that I used during that 10 minutes talking
You know
about
what?
nothing.
Actually, you guys, I need you guys to start answering our Q&A questions at the end of our episodes on Spotify because it's important
we
to
have
me.
a good one this week.
We have a good one this week. So
It's gonna say, "What did you think feng shui meant?"
Yeah. So answer below when you're done listening, and let's all be let's get our abortions at Claire's, and don't forget your punch card. And that's
pop
all
your
that I have,
pussy.
girls. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, Hot and Bothered the Pod. We're also on Patreon. We've had Patreon for literally like a month, and I've put no effort into it. We have 0 subscribers.
I love them.
Slay.
They are paying the bills.
So if you want, check us out on Patreon where we're even more unhinged there. And that's it.
Love you. Get an abortion.
Love you. Bye.